Hey everyone, this is my video on replacing the evaporator core on a 2000 Chevy 2.2 liter. So far I've just taken out these 5.5 millimeter little bolts that are in here. They go right in here. There was one there, one here. And right now I'm taking out this bolt towards the back. That is a 10 millimeter, and I have an extension to get all the way back there. And then after I get that all taken care of, next thing I'll have to do is take this out back here. Hey everyone, so I'm working on my 2000 S10 2.2 liter, removing the evaporator core. Here I've already removed everything. As you can see, I took out the wheel all the way out. Here's the blower with the left portion of what was holding the evaporator core. That went over on this left side. Then there's the right side. This part is hard to get to everything, so I just removed this left side. There's one bolt in particular up on this upper left corner that's going to be darn near impossible for you to get to, but I have a whole bunch of extensions that I used to get to that. 10 millimeter was a pain. Pretty much you're going to have to remove this whole portion, get the engine coolant reservoir out, and then you'll also have to get the ECU on this side out of the way after you remove the wheel. So far this has been 2 hours into the process. It has not been easy. I would not recommend this if you are not comfortable with putting things apart, putting them back together in your car. Here I'll show you the new core that I got from Parts Geek. This is the old one. This is the new one. On the old one, you'll see that it has this wire mesh on top. That wire mesh was pushed down with these little plastic buttons. These plastic tabs, they were pushed into there on their own. So what I'm going to do is put that back on this one with those tabs, and then go through the process of putting everything back together. On this one, you'll also notice it still has that little orifice tube in there. I got a new one that I'm going to put in here before I install it. Pretty much the installation is going to be the exact reverse of taking it apart. Like I said, it's definitely not easy. You have to remove the inner fender for the wheel. You don't have to remove the outer fender, but the inner fender you do have to remove. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that is bolted into this inner fender. That reservoir has a whole bunch of bolts in there. This is for the battery. So the battery's one of the bolts that holds that in there is on that too. So you'll have to undo all those. Once you get all the bolts that hold this down, you'll have to get to that too. Alrighty, so that's just a quick recap of all of that. And I'll post this on there, and if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, so here's the new piece installed. I put in the new orifice tube, taped it off so no contaminants would get in there, put in that mesh, and installed it just as it was when I took it out. Next thing I got to do is put in the rest of the pieces, and then I'll continue on from there. Alright, as you can see, I've put it all back in. Pretty much had to come in from over here and kind of put it in at this angle to get the blower to fit in first, and then kind of jiggle everything and wiggle it till the rest of it came and got put together. Then I went ahead and I put in these bolts, this one here, this one, that third one in the back. I'm not sure if you can see it, that one all the way back there. There's a bolt up there. Then this one underneath, that one over in that corner, and that's pretty much where the separation happens underneath on the pieces here. Don't forget that when you take it out, to make sure that you change the orifice tube in this little section here before you put everything back together. Another note, don't go as far as to taking out this bolt right here. You don't need to. You pretty much just want to take off this side that's facing the passenger side door. That piece is the one that you want to get out. And then if you loosen this piece up here, makes it easy for you to push it apart and get everything out of there. Right now I'm going to put everything back together. Alright, so I got everything back in here. Looking back on everything now, if I could do it all over again, my biggest hint would be take out this box right here, this Delphi box from the coolant tank, then take out the coolant tank, take out the battery obviously, and then start with going underneath and getting out the wheel well with taking off the tire, and then removing this portion over here where the blower is. That'll make it go a lot quicker. This took me about 8 hours, but I can tell you right now it would have been a lot faster if I would have started with these two pieces first, then went underneath, and then continued on and removed this part. But now it's all done, so I'm pretty much just going to put on the tire and then I'll be done and we'll fire it up.